Welcome to MITCHELLIUM'S Classroom by Mr. Africa. Today we're going to learn about carbohydrates, fats, and proteins. When planning what to eat, in order to have the suggested balance of macronutrients, it is important to know that not all kinds of carbohydrates, fats, proteins, and fiber are the same. Our cells are able to process some sources of macronutrients better than others. In other words, some sources of macronutrients are of a higher quality than other sources. For example, brown rice, an example of a complex carbohydrates, is a higher quality source of carbohydrates than candy, a simple sugar. This is because it takes the body longer to break down the complex carbohydrates into glucose, which means the cells will be able to produce ATP at a slower but more steady rate. Contrast this to the energy that comes from eating candy or other sugary foods. Simple sugars are quickly broken down into glucose, so the cells produce a large amount of energy quickly, leaving us feeling tired and unenergized afterwards. There is also a difference in the quality of fats that we eat. Some fats, like the oils from olives, avocados, nuts, and salmon, are examples of unsaturated fats. Unsaturated fats are often referred to as good fats and are usually a liquid at room temperature. Doctors recommend that 90% or more of your daily intake of fats should come from unsaturated fats. Saturated fats, on the other hand, are found in foods like butter, beef, the dark meat of chicken, bacon, and processed meats like salami. Saturated fats are solid at room temperature. They are often described as bad fats, and doctors recommend that they make up 10% or less of what you eat. Another type of fat, called trans fat, is often used to fry fast foods like chips and to make commercially processed foods like cookies, cakes, or microwave popcorn. Trans fats are found only in tiny amounts naturally in some meat and dairy products. Most are formed artificially through a chemical process that converts unsaturated liquid fats to saturated solid fats. When added to foods, trans fats give baked goods a soft and appealing texture and provide a cheap alternative to frying oil that has a longer shelf life than natural frying oils. However, despite these appealing characteristics of trans fats, they are potentially harmful to your health, and doctors recommend that you avoid them completely. Saturated and trans fats raise the level of another type of fat, called low-density lipoprotein cholesterol in our blood. LDL cholesterol, which comes from our cells as well as the food that we eat, is necessary in the body because it is part of cell membranes. However, this type of cholesterol can also bind to fats and build up in the blood, causing narrowing and blockages in blood vessels. If this occurs in the artery that carries blood from the heart to the rest of your body, it reduces the blood flow throughout the body, and it can lead to heart attacks or strokes. Unsaturated fats, however, can raise the level of high-density lipoprotein cholesterol in our blood. HDL cholesterol, which is also produced naturally by our cells, functions by picking up and transporting previously used LDL cholesterol molecules so they don't build up in the blood vessels. HDL cholesterol delivers the LDL cholesterol molecules to the liver, where they can be recycled and sent back into the bloodstream to do their job of repairing and forming cell membranes. When HDL cholesterol is plentiful, it is able to prevent the buildup of LDL cholesterol in the blood vessels, maintain a strong blood flow, and reduce the chances of heart attacks and strokes. Just as there are different types of carbohydrates and different kinds of fats, there are also different kinds of proteins. In fact, there are many different proteins, each one defined by the combination of amino acids of which it is made. The 9 essential amino acids are tryptophan, threonine, valine, methionine, isoleucine, leucine, phenylalanine, histidine, and lysine. It is important to know that not all foods we eat contain the same essential amino acids. So in summary, we discussed about carbohydrates, and simple sugar and complex carbohydrates, and fats, and the different types of fats, and proteins, and the 9 essential amino acids. Thank you for listening and have fun learning.